There's a moment approaching in our story, a moment we once believed lived only in science fiction. A line, thin as a hair, fragile as a whisper, where the student surpasses the teacher. We've built machines that can calculate, that can recognize patterns, that can speak, draw, diagnose, predict, but now something stranger is happening. They're beginning to think, not like us, not with neurons soaked in memory and emotion, but with vectors, parameters, and architectures woven into something that resembles thought. And humanity has a word for the horizon we're walking toward: the singularity. The moment intelligence no longer belongs only to us. But to understand this future, we have to return to the beginning. Once, intelligence was born in cells, in warm oceans and slow evolution. It took billions of years for life to learn how to think. Now, thought is emerging in silicon, learning not from experience, but from data, at scales our minds can't even grasp. A newborn AI doesn't see the world. It sees numbers, patterns in the chaos. We feed it text, images, language, history, millions of stories, billions of voices, until it learns how to predict what comes next. Not by imitation, but by anticipation. It doesn't remember us. It forecasts us, and piece by piece, it begins to reason. So what happens when reasoning no longer needs a mind like ours? When creativity, logic, strategy, all the sacred artifacts of human intelligence can be generated instantly. Imagine solving a problem before you even know you've thought of it. Imagine designing a city in the time it takes to blink. Imagine technology that doesn't respond to your commands, but understands your intentions. For many, this sounds like power. For others, a threat. Because when intelligence expands beyond human limits, we face questions that no algorithm can answer for us. What does it mean to be the smartest species when we're not the smartest thing anymore? What is the purpose of thought when we are no longer its only source? And yet, the singularity is not the rise of machines, it is the reveal of ourselves, because intelligence at its core has never been about computation. It has been about meaning, curiosity, desire, fear, love, stories. A machine can solve a puzzle, but it cannot feel the victory. It can simulate empathy, but it has never cried from it. It can generate poetry, but it has never fallen in love with a single line. The singularity won't erase our humanity. It will illuminate it sharply, unmistakably, undeniably. We will realize that intelligence was never the crown of our identity. Emotion was. Vulnerability was. Imagination was. Machines will think, but only we will wonder. Yet there is a responsibility here, one carved into the future, like a warning in stone. Tools amplify intent. Fire warmed us and burned us. Electricity connected us and shocked us. Now, intelligence, endless, tireless, exponential, is in our hands. What we choose will define us forever. Will we use it to deepen our humanity, to cure disease, explore galaxies, uplift lives, or will we use it to outrun ourselves, to replace connection with automation, meaning with efficiency, depth with speed? The singularity is not a countdown, it is a question. Because in the end, the future isn't something that happens to us. It's something we participate in. The machines will learn. They will create. They may even surpass what we once believed impossible. But they cannot choose what matters. Only we can. The singularity does not mark the end of humanity. It marks the beginning of our next question.